News of potential progress in the mediation efforts emerged after a call between President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu Sunday, in which they discussed the fundamentally changed regional circumstances following a separate ceasefire deal with Lebanon, the fall of the Assad regime in Syria, and what the U.S. termed as the weakening of Iran's power in the region. But officials from both sides remain reticent in confirming that a final draft had been reached, warning that some outstanding issues remained in the effort to conclude the much-anticipated agreement that could bring some respite to a weary population in Gaza. Israel's top diplomat pointed to progress during a visit by Danish Foreign Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen in Jerusalem Monday.
Discussed a possible hostage deal. I told the minister that progress was made. We see some progress in the negotiations. Israel wants a hostage deal. Israel is working with our American friends in order to achieve a hostage deal, and soon we will know whether the other side wants the same thing.
The US, Qatar and Egypt have worked for more than a year on talks to end the catastrophe unfolding in Gaza, amid an official death toll of over 46,000 and dozens of Israeli hostages who remain in captivity, little known of their condition. This was the US Secretary of State speaking last week.
We've been working intensely to bring this agreement, to bring this plan that President Biden put forward back in May, and that the entire world got behind, country after country standing up, supporting the proposal that President Biden put forward. The UN Security Council voting 14-0 in favor of it. We're working very hard to bring that over the finish line. And what we've seen in the last couple of weeks is a re-intensified engagement, including by Hamas, but we have yet to see agreement on the final points. So what I can tell you is this: we very much want to bring this over the finish line.
The Associated Press quoted an unnamed Hamas official warning that a number of contentious issues still needed to be resolved, including Israel's commitment to ending the war, details of the withdrawal of Israeli troops from Gaza, and the hostage for Palestinian prisoner exchange. Hamas had been adamant that it would not release the remaining hostages without an end to the war in Gaza, while Israel had vowed to continue its military campaign until a total victory was achieved over Hamas, aspects that appear at odds with each other. This was President Biden speaking last Thursday.
We're making some real progress. I met with negotiators today. I think there's what's going on right now in Lebanon, and we finally have a president. He's a first-rate guy. I spent time on the phone with him today, about 20 minutes to half an hour, what they have planned. They're also working very hard with the Lebanese military, accountable to the Lebanese people, not Hamas, not Hezbollah, not any other group. And so I think we're seeing some progress. And I know hope springs eternal, but I'm still hopeful that we'll be able to have a prisoner exchange. Hamas is the one getting in the way of that exchange right now, but I think we may be able to get that done. We need to get it done.
A deal that could not be more urgent. These developments emerging after the Lancet Medical Journal published new research suggesting that over 64,000 Palestinians died in Gaza from traumatic injuries up until June 30th last year, almost 20,000 more than the current official death count, and suggesting an undercount of mortality by a staggering 41%. The report further underscores the urgent need for interventions to prevent further loss of life, with a long-anticipated ceasefire agreement likely to go a long way in that regard. Shervin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.